get a base script. Yeah, it's on the script that he gave you. When I got the script, it was a bunch of flat tiles without walls, and I had to adjust the weight to get something that resembled.
How do you get there? If I hit it hard enough, there's a free.
Yeah, yeah.
Go get Blink. It'll work.
Oh, just get Blink.
Yeah. Sorry, Shane.
So you have to play a lot with the weights to get them to where they generated a dungeon that looked like a dungeon with these long hallways and good amount of good sized rooms and stuff, but they weren't too expansive. And then I had to identify each one of the tiles, which one of the attributes of it, where the walls fell and so forth. It was surrounded by other center tiles, it's where the killers would come in. And then I made a bunch of prefab tiles, prefabricated collections of assets, and they would get attached to those depending on which type they were. They were each type. And after it makes the whole maze, we have two unique rooms, the boss room and the entranceway. So it looks for an area that's big enough to fit those rooms on the top and bottom, and it attaches into those. And it switches out the tile that it attaches to match up correctly. Once all that's done, it goes through each one of the tiles. You'll pick random items and put them inside the tiles. That's how you end up with rubble on the floor, some chests. There's chests around it, empty spaces and barrels and stuff like that. And it can easily be expanded and make more unique stuff by adding more second tiles and more choices. You can just make anything you want. You got fuels and you can really make different dungeons based on that.
Another system that I implemented, pretty much by myself, was the status effect system, which is kind of a staple in this kind of game. I think we have like 3, but we just never got around to making them. But the whole idea while I was designing the system was to make it as easy and as safe as possible for anyone to just go in, create something, just, oh, I had an idea while I was doing whatever, and they make it, and it's just done, it works. So I spent a lot of time kind of planning it out and using a large level of like inheritance and like events that would be called for pretty much like when you get a status effect when it's updated, when it ticks and then when it falls off. And basically the end result was you could just create your own module and just inherit from this class I made, and then just tell what to do in this big system, handles everything else for you. So it was really fun to do it. It was a huge learning experience. It was really frustrating, and I kind of went to darkness for a couple of days. When I finally finished, it was a good feeling. But but it was fun to do. It was a challenge.
Okay, we're just in line. Okay, so as you've been seeing, I've been leveling up a lot, as Scott mentioned earlier. In addition to getting additional attribute points to allocate into certain attributes, I also get what we call talent points. Talent points allow me to get new abilities and to increase the types of abilities, fire, attacks, attack speed, attack damage, and so on like that. In a second. And I've given myself a lot of talent points so I can show off a lot of the abilities and a lot of the ways the talent tree works. It's a pretty basic setup. Each level consists of a certain number of skills. You need a certain number of points to get to the next level on down to the end of the tree. Then the tree's abilities are somewhat more powerful than the lower tree's abilities. And I'm just going to spec into everything. And show off a lot of the abilities. But anyway, so my main job was the progression of the game as giving meaning to the player for gaining new abilities and new powers as they level up. And the way we do that in 3 primary ways. The first is with equipment. Equipment, as the player gets more powerful, they'll get more powerful equipment, which raises their stats. The second way is with attribute points, as you saw earlier, which increase our movement speed to crazy speeds. And the third is the talent points, which can give you newer, more powerful abilities. And there's also the spell book, which can give you where you can reallocate abilities. I'm looking for my favorite one. So I can use it.
Okay, we've all gone over pretty much each of the systems that were implemented directly in the game. That also removed, with that also removed more of the design of the game, with like the art and sound. As you've seen the whole time, there's just really cool part of systems that we've been messing with. At about the same time when we started developing the ability system, Scott and I started developing a lot of the particle systems. And one of my favorite thing about Unity is that particle systems are incredibly easy to implement. With about a week's worth of research and implementing, looking at games that implement the Unity shared particle system and looking at what they did, I had a pretty good grasp of how to do a lot of stuff. With a lot of, with a few 2D assets we found online for these particles, or stuff we made ourselves. We made it, really beautiful looking particles. And all the effects are done by us. All the scripts that handle all of the ballistic movement, any of the rotations you see are all done by us. And so that was a really cool part. And I think that's a really cool way to make this game feel really fun, really satisfying to play. When you have like sparks flying around, and you're smacking dudes in the face, and there's stuff flying out. And again, that was really modular as well. If you want to make a particle system, you can just combine 2 or 3 together, and you can make a amazing particle system that looks good. Andrew will talk to you more about the art assets we had and the level design.
So I've created pretty much the overworld for the game, as far as what you see here, the forest area and our hub area. We also have a third area that we're not going to show it to you, called the desert. Just too much to show you at one time. So yeah, so creating the game, I learned a lot about the overworld system and just terrains in general, how they're created and stuff like that. All the assets, having those assets there that's involved, cut the time down at least 75% that I had to do, and just learning about how to level out terrain to create mountains, little hills here and there. There's a lot of different tools, a lot of brushes. Kind of you think of when you go to Photoshop, they have brushes, the paint tools. It's kind of the same thing. You have a brush for how high you want to bring your or down you want to level out the terrain, that sort of thing. And as far as coloring the terrain, the textures and stuff like that, like the grass, the ground, all that, the rocks, and individually placing the rocks, having that in was really nice. And placing trees is really, really easy. There's basically just a mass tree placer. Basically, you have a brush and you design however big area you want to place them in, how much trees you want. So if you want it really dense, so that'll be like the outline of the forest area, or you can have it kind of sparse. A few trees here and there. You don't have to randomly, manually place that in one by one. You can do it massively. So that was really a big time saver in that. And the trees themselves, when it comes to baking the mesh and stuff like that, they automatically cut out the mesh so that way nothing spawns on there, or your player try to go through them, and they already have everything they basically need to be applied with them and that sort of thing, which is really helpful. You don't have to worry about that when you're designing the game, the levels and that sort of thing. And basically what I wanted to do was the forest area just kind of be kind of general, it's a forest, but you have pathways here and there, and for the start. And then the hub world, basically they had a demo version that basically took what they already had made. I kind of removed a few things here and there, added a few things, changed up a little bit, and The worlds are actually really, really big, a lot bigger than we can actually see on the screen at one time.